Just a couple of days ago, the big news pumped up here on the screen. See, Audi files a lawsuit against the Chinese EV maker NIO over trademark rights. When I read this news, I feel funny. I think is it really true? Audi sued NIO just because of the name. Uh, for NIO. Here you see on the screen, uh, ES8, right? Audi has their S6 or S8 or sport car, sport sedan. But but ES8 or ES7, ES6 for new are SUV model. It's different, right? But I feel like it. But are you serious, Audi? You still new for this kind of a so-called trademark infringement? It's to me it's laughable. Why? I mean, it, to me it's just a low way, a very low way for Audi uh to steal new because new is entering European market. Uh, New landed the European market first in what is that word? Node, right? And then New is now is making its way to Germany, where all the BMW, Mercedes-Benz are based. I still feel kind of funny to read this news. I mean, from my understanding, probably Audi is trying to find a way to block a Chinese EV maker. Not probably not just new. But new is the easiest target, and probably just because new uses the are similar. It's not really similar to me. It's not really not much similar at all. Uh, the trademark, the name, even a trademark, but it's just a name anyway. And Audi knows uh, this is probably a way for it to block new entering the German EV market. Mm, All the three big companies from Germany, Audi, BMW, and Mercedes-Benz, they are not really good at EV cars. The, and China, according to Elon Musk, you know, he said the Chinese car, EV maker are leading the world. Of course, Tesla is probably still the best, but there's so many competitors in China market, and this kind of EV car makers are are make their way uh, to the world, to even to the most developed market in Europe. Currently, to me, Audi and probably BMW, even Mercedes-Benz, they're kind of worried. They are worried their dominance in the car market are now being weakened by the Chinese EV car makers. Um, and at home in China, BMW are still doing fine. Mercedes-Benz I think they are declining. Audi probably is the worst performer in the Chinese market. And from a personal perspective, among the three, Audi probably is the least valued brand in the Chinese market. I mean, I like BMW better, best. Next would be Mercedes-Benz or then Audi. That's my personal understanding, personal view. Probably different people have different idea. I understand, but they are, they all three, they know eventually, if their EV product lines are not stepping up, they will eventually lose the market in China. And not just losing market in China, they probably will have to see their local market being eaten up by the Chinese car makers. So So I think this is the way probably Audi try to uh, save its face in their local market. But it's understandable, all the long lawsuit in Germany, not in China. If in China, sorry, this is the incoming call. Um, if in China, it will definitely fail. You don't, it doesn't have a strong case, right? You see someone, I see a very interesting comment I think, I don't know where. Um, it said, it should be selected. It should be Lexus to sue new for using the ES because Lexus has been using the ES for their car name for a long time. And actually ES 300H, the hybrid Lexus car, sells very good in China, but it also it is also declining in Chinese market because Chinese buyers are more and more fond of the EV car, not not the traditional gasoline car, not even the traditional hybrid car, but the new energy car. Okay. Um, but I'm just saying, Audi might have to see uh it lift a stone only falling on its own feet. What do I mean by that? I mean, Audi Audi something. This is, uh, as I said, it's not something noble, something really. Uh, you have a good legal basis. It's just a small thing, very bad thing, and you prove against a meal, and this will backfire against all in the Chinese market. I mean, it's probably lead the Chinese consumer to believe all it's not really a noble brand. It's not really a high end brand because they are doing something very, very, very low, right? So eventually, I think probably this lawsuit against the Neo by Audi will backfire in the Chinese market. That will hurt the brand image of Audi in China, and eventually, I don't know, probably Audi will see their market share in China shrink over time. So in today's world, the world is really now flat. In fact, I mean, in the past, in the newspaper world era, if all the you know still new, a still Chinese company, nobody really kind of knows, right? But here, it makes a big headline in China newspaper, in China, website, portal. So I believe this will eventually burn Audi itself. So let's wait and see. I don't think it's a good idea for Audi to do this, but this is the only thing they can do to make the Chinese EV car maker uh, entering into their local market. If you have any comment about this news, you just write below, and I think it would be interesting to see how the foreigner react to this news. But the Chinese citizen, and I just don't think it's a good idea. I mean, if you want to compete, show up your technology, improve your technology, right? I mean, you don't do such a legal stuff. First of all, I'm not an ITR lawyer, but I just feel it's a little funny to read the news, but I just want to share with you guys. All right, this is for this episode. We'll see you next time from next week. Bye bye.